Hello and welcome to today's Web News, where we'll be taking a look at some of the stories making the online headlines. Coming up on today's show, Brazil's AntiWorld Cup anthem. A Canadian man being held in a psychiatric ward for giving away cash. And an aerial fabric dancer performing in the Colorado desert.
Desculpe, Neymar, mas nesta Copa eu não torço por vocês.
I'm sorry, Neymar, but I won't be cheering for you at this World Cup. The chorus there to this YouTube song released by Brazilian musician Edu Krieger as his country readies to host the World Cup, which kicks off in a few weeks' time. The singer addresses Neymar, in particular, the national side star player. He describes the disappointment felt by fans and denounces the corruption and vast sums of money spent on hosting the World Cup, all to a melancholic melody. He echoes the arguments put forward by protesters who took to the streets last year. They feel it would have been better to have invested the money into improving public services like transport, education and health. Edu Krieger's not the only one putting their grievances to music. The Jatino karaoke troupe have added their twist to the Pharrell Williams hit Happy. The satirical video, shot in Rio de Janeiro, highlights and condemns the numerous building sites around the city and the problems facing residents, like escalating living costs, insecurity, and racial discrimination.
No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Richard Wright has no history of mental health problems, and yet he's being detained in a psychiatric unit. This is what his daughter, Chelsea Renee Wright, has posted to Facebook, making an online appeal for help for her dad, who was arrested and then held in the Mental Health Institute against his will, all for handing out free money. As a Metro News article reported a few days earlier, residents of Dartmouth in eastern Canada were given $50 and $100 bills by a complete stranger. But as one Twitter user posts, the so-called modern-day Robin Hood turned out to be Richard Wright, who was giving money to those in need. Web users have hailed his act of kindness and set up the Op-Free Richard Wright Facebook group a few days ago. Messages soon began pouring in, with social networkers saying how unfair it is to be locked up for doing a good deed. And Richard Wright supporters have also started an online petition urging the mental health authorities to let him go, saying he's not sick, he's just generous and doesn't belong in a psychiatric ward. Star Wars fans have launched the Save Mos Espa Facebook campaign to save the Tunisian town used as a filming location in George Lucas's epic space opera. The campaign hopes to draw attention to the fragility of this cultural heritage, which is at risk of being buried by the desert. The instigators of the movement are hoping to raise enough money, so 600,000 dinars, which is around 275,000 euros, to save the town, located on the fictitious planet of Tatooine. This article, published on newshound.org, claims a woman who had been shipwrecked on a desert island for 7 years had been rescued after some American teens spotted her cry for help whilst browsing Google Earth. Web users have been fascinated by the story, which it turns out is a total hoax. The SOS in the sand is actually from a satellite image used by Amnesty International for a report on Kyrgyzstan. Chubby with a side-shaved haircut and wearing a high-buttoned jacket. This Chinese street vendor is the spitting image of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. And the striking resemblance hasn't gone unnoticed on China's social networks, where photos are being widely shared, often with jokey comments. Local press has reported that the vendor's newfound fame has done wonders for business. Aerial fabric dancer Ashley Smith performed suspended in midair from an overhanging monolith in Colorado. This incredible feat, completed without a harness or protection, is part of an artistic project called Maiden Light, and you can see more on video sharing platform Vimeo.